Alright, so we're back talking about 6ix9ine.
Talk to me.
For the second time this week.
Talk to me.
Like 2018 in here, but we're talking about 6ix9ine today because it looks like in 2025, 6ix9ine is about to face some real prison time. I can't lie, it's not looking good. So obviously, 6ix9ine was arrested and sentenced to 2 years in prison in 2019, followed by 5 years of supervised release for his cooperation.
I'm not gonna lie though, I did not know he was only charged to get 2 years, bro. Like, I'm not gonna lie, bro. He could have did his 2 years, got out, kept up the little gangster facade, and really been living life. But now he got to look over his shoulder every day.
In the prosecution of the 9 trade bloods. They were all wrapped up in a RICO. 6ix9ine very publicly snitched and was handed a lenient sentence. Now, he was sentenced to 2 years, but he was released several months early in the height of the pandemic. And since then, news about him, music from him, it's been scarce. What a lot of people seen was a kid at the time who was given a second chance, and instead of using that second chance to come out and go live like a civilian life, he just kind of doubled down on everything he was already doing. He wore his snitch badge proudly. He continued to talk gangster shit. He continued to act like the biggest blood in the world. And his career has suffered as a result of that. Well, while it looked like at the time he escaped any type of justice and walked away with a relatively lenient sentence, it looks like it's coming back to bite him right now. Because while we've been seeing reports of some of the guys that he told on being
bro's name is Murder.
We're seeing reports of him actually probably
having... I'm not gonna lie, bro. You're too old for this. You're too old for this, bro. I'm not calling you Murder, Uncle Phil. I'm not calling you Murder, bro. Like, come on, bro.
We've been seeing reports of
he's too old for that.
Told on being released.
He's too old for that, bro. Look at him.
Of him actually probably having to go face bigger consequences than those guys.
Now that's ridiculous.
We got this news article coming from several different news sources, the AP, Hot New Hip Hop, right? And it says that 6ix9ine has been hit with new federal charges for supervised release violation.
Federal.
So the article from AP says rapper Tekashi 6ix9ine admitted Wednesday that he violated the conditions of his supervised release from prison by possessing drugs, marking his latest run-in with law since he completed a federal prison sentence on racketeering and conspiracy charges. The 29-year-old performer, whose real name is Daniel Hernandez, told a Manhattan federal judge that his home in Miami was raided on March 12th and that residual coke and MDMA were found in his bedroom cabinet. In exchange for that,
feds did a sweep in his house and found coke and Molly.
Prosecutors agreed to drop 2 other counts he faced stemming from the incident. And the AP article...
Okay, so because he told on himself, prosecutors dropped 2 of the other counts that he faced from the same raiding of his house. So he had 2 more counts of something else, and they dropped those because he told on himself about these drugs.
Doesn't say what the 2 other charges was, but they dropped.
Maybe they were guns or something.
And gun possession.
What did I say? Wait. It says, at press time, folks in the court haven't disclosed the nature of these alleged violations. This follows the rapper's guilty plea for drug possession in July of this year, following a raid on his Miami home, and prosecutors dropped 2 charges related to fentanyl and gun possession due to lack of evidence.
Anyways, it says that his sentencing for that admission was scheduled for September 25th of this year. So he was already facing that. He had already admitted to it. That was scheduled for September 25th.
Dang, his little... Wow, it's about to be... 18, 20, almost 8 years since he released that song, bro. I was in like 2017. I was in 7th grade, bro. I was in 7th grade, bro. 8 years ago, I was 12. Oh my gosh, I was 12, cuz, bro, that's crazy.
He didn't face any state charges related to the
12
raid,
is
but
crazy.
the U.S. judge warned 6ix9ine that the consequences would be severe if he violated.
Okay, he doesn't face any state charges related to the raid, but U.S. District Judge Paul something Gelmayer warned him that the consequences will be severe if he violates any of the conditions of his release before he is sentenced.
Any of the conditions
so they're not playing with him no more. After they found this coke, they're not playing with him no more.
Federal sentencing guidelines call for between 3 and 9 months in prison for each count, but 6ix9ine could face up to 5 years in prison and a lifetime of supervised release. The judge added, right? So just keep that in mind. He was currently waiting to be sentenced for this. The judge told him, if you get in any more trouble, then your consequences are going to be severe. He's already facing up to 5 years in prison. This comes after
lifetime parole is crazy. Like can he do the drugs he does when he's on a lifetime parole, bro? Or would they just bro, what even is the point of lifetime parole? Dude, that's insane. Lifetime?
Found to be in violation of his probation.
Like, at that point, you just want to take me back in, right?
And he was traveling to Las Vegas from his house in Miami without permission, and he was lying to his...
It says, but last November, 6ix9ine was found in violation of his probation for failing to show up for drug tests, traveling from Las Vegas from his Florida home without permission, and lying to his probation officer.
Probation officer, right? He was sentenced to 45 days in federal custody for that, and the judge said that these infractions showed a lack of respect for the law, right? So he got in trouble for that, violated his probation. Now he has
so pretty much his sentence keeps getting stretched out because he's doing drugs, bro. Literally his sentence keeps getting stretched out because he wants to keep doing drugs. That's it. That's all I'm hearing right now.
Trouble where he has violated his probation, and he's facing some real time behind it. 5 years ain't no joke. What's interesting is if he gets sentenced to 5 years right now, we just seen a couple of weeks ago Male Murder coming out. We seen Kuda B get released, right? So if he ends up getting sentenced to 5 years, it turns out that he may end up in a worse position than the people that he snitched on. That's crazy. Not only that, but these are federal charges that he's facing. So if he is incarcerated for that, it'll be in a federal prison, more than likely right there in New York with the same people that he snitched on. I cannot imagine that is going to be good for 6ix9ine. Maybe he'll PC up or something like that, but I mean, can you imagine having to be locked in a pod or in a cell with the same people you snitched on? It just kind of shows how probation can actually be a trap for law enforcement. It's like they could lock you up and keep you for 2 or 3 years, or they could put you on probation. Now they got you that whole probation time, and if you mess up, you can go and get re-sentenced.
Bro, if you mess up one time, well, I guess he's messed up way more than one time, but like, bro, yeah, like you really gotta live a normal life, like a regular life, if you on probation, bro. Like, you not doing none of the stuff you was doing at first, bro. You gotta like, what's the word? Like, somebody got authority over you, bro, when you on probation. That's kind of trash.
Extra years. Either way, that's what 6ix9ine
like, you're free, but you're not.
Right now. And this comes just when he was trying to, I guess, revive his rap career. We just seen the other day, he put out that snippet for the song that's basically a Young Thug diss. I covered it over here on the channel.
He made a song?
He's been trying to make his way into headlines, and this right here is only going to slow that down, although I don't think it would have worked for him.
How'd I hear Young Thug's song before I heard his song?
If you get in trouble, there are going to be severe consequences. Here he is getting in trouble. He was getting in trouble back in November. Not to mention, and let me not forget, when he was arrested and
bro, I'm not gonna lie, his hair, he need a trim, bro. His hair is way too girly.
Tested back in November, he tested positive for having meth in his system. He showed up to court an hour later.
Yeah, like, he's literally, yeah, he likes drugs way too much. What the heck are you doing with meth? Fentanyl, coke, MDMA, like, what are you doing?
This might
Just
shock
smoke,
you, but
bro.
He showed
Don't
up to
even
court
do that.
an hour late. When the judge sentenced him, apparently he looked at the judge and told him, "I'm only human, bro."
I'm
All of these
only
things
human,
add
bro.
up and
Was his?
culminate in whatever
I'm
this
only
having
human,
meth
bro.
is.
Was his response for testing positive for methamphetamine, guys? He's only human. Are you human? Do you do meth? Oh, okay.
He showed up to court an hour late. When the judge sentenced him, apparently he looked at the judge and told him, "I'm only human, bro." All of these things add up and culminate in whatever decision
It's crazy
that
how
judge
unserious
is
he is.
ultimately going to make. Tekashi's fate is in that judge's hand. This judge is the exact same judge that gave him the lenient sentence back in 2019 on the RICO case.
And we
so
gonna
he's seen
see
Tekashi 6ix9ine numerous times at this point. When this all
bro, and at that point, bro, it's gonna be a bad look for him if he lets this guy off easy again, bro. Like, this is a guy the whole world knows about, pretty much. Let's say if you give him another easy sentence, bro, people gonna start looking into you.
started, he was just a little over 20 years old. Right now, he's damn near 30 years old. He is a grown-ass man who just cannot
Bro, so back when I was listening to 6ix9ine, he was my age now. And now he's almost 30. Bro, the way time flies is not even funny, bro. Like, time don't wait for nobody, bro.
to make good decisions. You reap what you sow, and in this situation, Tekashi 6ix9ine
Like,
is
pause.
really truthfully only getting what he asked for. Testing positive for meth is crazy, bro. You know, I can't see any world in which 6ix9ine is able to escape consequences from this. He's already on probation, and this is federal probation, not state probation. He's already on probation. He's made numerous errors while he's been on probation. The judge told him that the consequences could be severe, and yet here we are again where he is back in trouble. So at this point, he's just waiting on his sentencing. I guess we'll have to wait and see what exactly happened.
Like, bro, if I dodged something like that, like he did, bro, the only thing you gotta worry about me doing, bro, is being home late from work. I'm telling you, bro, that's all you gotta worry about me, man.
And to be honest with you guys, like I said, it's hard to feel bad for Tekashi 6ix9ine.
We're not even gonna think about no drugs.
Action, there's opposite and equal reaction. This is the government reacting. Tekashi has had tax trouble in the past. He should know if there's one person in the world that you really, truly don't want to mess with, like you don't want no beef with them at all, it's the federal government. The federal government does not play around. They've never played around. Once you got the feds on you, you have a real problem. A serious problem. A problem that is very hard to make go away. If you sentenced to 5 years,
I heard once the feds is on you, bro, it's pretty much over, because they're only letting you know they're on you because they have the information. They don't let you know until they know. They don't let you know until they know.
he'll probably be sitting in prison when people that he snitched on in 2019 are being released. And I think that there is definitely some kind of irony in that whole situation, especially when you consider that 6ix9ine had the opportunity to come out and change. He had the opportunity to do better, but bro just kept running his mouth. Just the other day, he was dropping diss records against Young Thug for being a rat. Right? He's continued to exhibit the exact same behavior that he's always exhibited. Bro didn't learn nothing. And because he didn't learn nothing, he was out here fucking up, making mistakes, and it looks like, once again, he's gonna have to sit down and deal with those consequences.
He's cooked again.
But that's what I got for y'all, man. Y'all gotta let me know what y'all think.
Let me know.